So it's my turn to do the intro this week, Sam.
Mm.
But it's not. I don't have it in me. It's been a long day.
I'm also
so
tired,
Genius
exhausted.
Bar. First video podcast. Here we are. You guys get this. You get this version of us. You're welcome. You
What's
can thank
up?
Tim Cook for that one.
What is up, guys? It is Sam and John here back with another episode. Welcome back to Genius Bar.
There's probably been all the people that listen to the show have never actually seen it before, and this is the first time seeing it, or this is the first time seeing or hearing the show, period. Like, you didn't even know we made a show, and this is what you get. You're welcome, by the way.
Welcome.
I want to start
guys.
out by saying, before we get into Apple stuff, because like some event happened and some stuff happened, but I found something out about one of my dogs.
Oh, no. Is it good or bad?
It's great.
Oh.
Okay, so
Good.
this dog, my dog Charlie, so we have two. We have Roxy and Charlie. Roxy is a Chihuahua, and Charlie is a Chihuahua too, but like he's clearly something else.
Yeah.
Like something else is happening, but we couldn't figure out what other breed he was. Sam.
Okay.
He is a mix. He's a mix between a Chihuahua and a wiener dog.
Oh, so is he long? Is he a long boy?
Yeah, he's a little long, but he has like Chihuahua features, but he's also a little long and has features from the wiener dog. But did you know they have a name? Like if if a Chihuahua and a wiener dog mate, there's a name for what comes out.
Okay.
Could you guess what it might be?
A Chewiener?
Close. My fucking dog is a Chowini.
Chewini.
He's a Chowini, dude.
Oh,
That
so
like
cute.
that's it couldn't be cuter than that, and that was, so that was the first thing in my notes.
That's amazing. Little
Yeah.
Chewini. Oh,
My dog is a Chowini, and everyone else should be jealous. And now I want to talk about how this iMac keyboard is not backlit.
We had the same reaction. At first, I was like, "Nah, this is okay," and then I woke up. How
And then you woke
do
up
we
and you
not
saw the
have
light.
backlighting in the iMac? I mean, I guess we should open up with the iMac because I definitely think it was like the start of the show today, right? Like this was the thing that Apple
the night
teased.
that the event happened. So
Yes.
we're a mess. We're tired, but we have to do this
Yes.
episode because, I mean, we've been wanting to talk about this stuff. We've been wanting this stuff, period, just as Apple fans. And we've been talking about, I mean, if this is your first time seeing or hearing the show, then you missed the last like 2 months where we're like, okay, the event's next week. We'll wait for invites. Okay,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
event's
it was
next
horrible.
week for real.
It was horrible. We definitely hopped on the video podcast right when we needed to because it would have just been like this the past couple months if it wasn't.
The episode a couple weeks ago was like we were getting close to just ending it all.
Yeah, we
Just
were just
ending
like,
the show and pretending like like it never
Genius
happened.
Bar. What? I don't remember. I don't remember that podcast.
So we did get our colored iMacs, but they don't the leaks of it. I mean, I guess it could be. I guess you could call it inspired by the XDR display, but it's not. It's not like an iPad on a stick, like we were told.
It's very thin. It definitely looks distinct from the Pro Display XDR to me, just because of the like flat design. Like, it doesn't have the circles or what is it, the matrices or whatever they call in the back.
Yeah, the cheese grater back.
Yeah, which is fine. Like, I don't think anybody was like, "Oh, we need this on the lower end iMac."
Yeah.
But,
Which on my render I put a smooth back, but that's all I was told. Like our renders, maybe we'll put it on screen. This is a video podcast now, but the renders that we did, I think it was February for the new iMac. I was going off of information that I was told, not images that I saw. Like I hadn't seen the back of it, but I was told a smooth back, and so we did renders based off of I think Gurman's reporting, like the XDR display inspired iMac. With basically no bezels, and we didn't really get that. It doesn't look like an iPad on a stick, but the colors, we got the colors. The crazy leak that at first, like especially like the bigger media websites did not believe, we actually got colored iMacs. Dude, I saw a clip on Twitter of the introduction that they did today with it was like the edited promo. I don't know what song they used for it. Was a good song for today, but they did it. Was it Rolling Stones that did the original song for the colored iMac?
Oh, I don't remember, dude. Honestly, I was like typing so fast for the headlines that
Dude,
I honestly didn't get to
We
enjoy.
gotta talk about that.
I didn't get to enjoy the event as much as I'd like, and I've noticed this is happening more and more. And I'm just like, But to be fair, it was so fast paced.
Dude,
Like,
it was. They packed a ton into an hour.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I know we're jumping around a lot, but
that's how our brains feel right now.
AirTags are finally out, right?
Yeah.
How did they only spend 5 minutes at the event on AirTags?
Only having an hour, I guess.
Dude, they were like, we got AirTags.
Dude, I'm just grateful
later.
that there was an event, that they talked about them in an event instead of a press release. I'm just grateful that happened.
But honestly, seeing this, I'm like, they could have been a press release. Like the way that they had the cool ad with the guy on the couch, which I enjoyed. But like AirTags in general, I mean, I'll be honest, they matched the hype that they deserved, like at the event. Like they were built up for 2 years, and then Apple was just like, yeah, it's just this little thing. I don't know. I just feel like they were
But to
really
be fair, it's not
dismissive of
Apple's
it.
fault that it was built up for 2 years. It's our fault.
No, it is. You're right. But
we did that.
They were really like, I don't know. I was expecting more for the big AirTags reveal. I was just like, okay, we're gonna get them finally, and we're gonna get some cool stuff.
they had
the Hermes,
cool, like,
the Hermes.
Oh
keychain.
my god, dude, the keychain.
$400.
So
you copping?
Yeah, for sure. So first of all, my AirTag leak somehow 100% accurate. They hadn't changed it once.
So
I was told that they may
good.
have changed the text on it a little bit, but no, the text was exactly the same in the exact same spots. Like my renders had, I think those were 1-to-1 of what actually came out. And also when I put out I think it was September was when I put out the design leak for AirTags. Along with that same episode, I said they were going to be about the size of a bottle cap, which they are. They're pretty small. And I also said that there was no way to connect them to things, so you're going to need to buy separate keychains. I did not. I mean, in that episode, I was like, you know what that means? Like, there's going to be a ton of third-party stuff. There's going to be a lot. Third-party manufacturers are going to be able to make a lot of money from this. But oh my god, the amount of accessories that already exist today is insane. And the Hermes ones, like $400. Are you serious?
For a little piece of leather. That was a little.
Do it?
No. I've never been a Hermes fan. Like I definitely do have like an eye for like some designer stuff, or I do enjoy like, I don't know. They just if I like something and it's expensive, if I like the design, I can usually justify it. But like for these, it's just one of those things where I don't get how this much leather is $400. Like I get like a Birkin bag.
Aren't they engraved differently?
But yes, they are. I think you're right, because I forget it does come with an AirTag, but
oh wow.
You know, I mean, it feels
the price
like
on those are pretty good.
They feel bad, dude. $29. Cannot believe it's that cheap.
And then what is it? $100 for 4?
Mm-hmm. Pretty good deal.
That's pretty good. Yeah,
I mean,
so I think they're available Friday.
Well, you can pre-order, or I think they ship on everything. Like ships on the 30th, right?
The iMac we can't buy until the 30th, and then it ships second half of May.
What do you think about those timelines? Because it kind of screamed to me that production is a bit behind still.
Oh yeah, things are rough. There was a lot of stuff that, like even nothing. The iMac was originally scheduled for the end of last year, with the other M1 Max, but it just didn't make it. Got held off till this year.
Yeah, no,
and then the iPad Pro stuff, dude. We got to talk about the iPad Pro. They don't give a fuck anymore. That machine is crazy.
That is officially a Mac.
So the M1, the actual M1 chip is going into the iPad. But so almost exactly a year ago, I tweeted that I was 100% confident that the Pro apps were coming to iPad. But when I said that, a lot of the issues that came up were about RAM. They're like, the iPad currently doesn't have enough RAM. It couldn't run the Pro apps, even if the processor is good enough. Well, now the M1 chip is in it, and the iPad Pro is going to be able to go up to 16 gigs of RAM. What?
I could not believe the RAM spec. Like 16 gigs for the new
iPad.
An
iPad.
That's so much. That's so many RAMs. It's so many animals.
We did not get an announcement for Final Cut or Logic or Xcode today. Do you think it's coming to Dub?
Ooh, that would make sense. Yeah. iPad OS 15, I bet they'll be like, and Final Cut is now included on everybody that bought a new iPad. Like, dude, that does make a lot of sense. Because
they have set this up for the alley-oop.
Yeah. I thought today, I was like, if they want the kicker for the iPad Pro, they will absolutely announce it right now. But they didn't, which is fine. But, you know, I think it's coming. I mean, now that it has the M1, I mean, it's kind of crazy that iOS is also running on an M1 now because we've never seen that.
Yeah.
And I mean, they really were like, I don't know. I'll be honest. It's a bit weird for me that 4 Macs and an iPad now have the same exact chip.
Yeah. I mean, you and I, so we did a pre-show before the event started. You and I went live. Like 4,000 viewers watched for, I think we only did it for like 20 minutes. So thanks to the viewers for watching that. It was awesome. It was a dumpster fire.
It was fun.
But that's what we really started talking about. Like, what if the iMac that we've been wanting, only comes with the regular M1 and no M1X chip or anything like that? And then they did it. And I'm so torn. I'm so torn about this iMac, Sam. You
don't think you're going to get it? Or you don't know?
I think I'm going to get it, but I'm still torn. I'm torn about like how to feel about it.
I mean, I get that because I am also feeling different a few hours later. I'm feeling different a few hours later because
I'm feeling it different.
I mean, listen, I watched the event. I'm blown away. Like, to me, it really was like the best Apple event in years. And it was so well done. And like the shots were great. I thought it was interesting that Tim was like the host the entire time. They didn't really, well, I guess that's sort of been the trend, right?
Tim is looking yoked.
I saw everybody comment about that. I didn't really notice. Dude, I wasn't
just him casually walking. I was like, holy shit, Tim.
I did like the parts of Apple Park that they went to. I love the pacing of like him walking around. It felt very relaxing.
What if that was the whole event? He just kept walking through the whole event and he just did every announcement himself.
I'd be into it. It looked like a nice walk. Like, I still want to go to Apple Park and just walk around. Like, I mean, I know they have the visitor center, but like, you can't actually really go in. We can't like walk around or do anything, you know,
do
too
you
crazy.
think this is the last pre-recorded event?
Other than Dub. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's virtual.
I think that I think September will be to the point where people can gather again. Well, and Gurman said there's going to be an event this summer with with in
people.
Person.
This summer though?
That's what he said. He said in the next couple months, and WW is not in person. I guess unless they would do a special event in June, you know, sort of like media get to come hands on with masks.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'm just interested. Like, things are getting better, and like, I've gotten my shot. I don't know if you've gotten yours yet, but like, it seems like we're going to be back to normal pretty soon.
Well, we had one scheduled because Johnson & Johnson was doing a thing here, and then that got pulled.
Yes.
So some people in Karina's family though got it.
Gotcha.
Like, we wanted to make sure her mom got it right away, and her sister, and they experienced some side effects. So it's like,
I've heard it's after the second shot,
spooky.
you're kind of sick for a day, but
yeah. So her sister's husband had to go to the hospital because of symptoms with like a really crazy headache he was having for days.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was a Johnson & Johnson one, which pretty good thing it got pulled. So choose from literally anybody else.
Yeah, choose from
the Johnson & Johnson one.
Pfizer and Moderna.
Pfizer. So yeah, I hope we get an in-person event. I would like to see that, but still, like, I have a special place in my heart for these pre-recorded events. I would still, in some capacity, like to see them, even when everyone's healthy and can meet up in person.
Yeah, I mean, I just thought it was interesting. Like, Gurman talked a lot about. I love his like more insightful like background pieces on Apple, and he was just talking about how Apple really doesn't like these because they don't get to control the narrative. Like, Marquez in a normal world would have been hands-on with the new iMac and the new iPad and the Verge, and everybody would have had 7 videos out in Apple's perfect lighting. But like, reviewers didn't even get the products today. Like, I'm surprised Apple didn't time it with an NDA that Marquez could have gone hands-on. Like, that's something, a big difference between Apple's media coverage and Samsung's is like, Marquez will get the Samsung Galaxy literally a couple weeks before it's announced. NDA'd, so we can't post, share, do anything with it. But Apple, like, we know that they're probably going to get products this week, but it's interesting that
I need those iMac reviews yesterday. I need them.
I bet they're going to wait on those. I bet those are going to come like mid-May when it starts shipping. I bet they're going to do AirTags and the stuff, and like AirTags and iPad. Does iPad Pro ship soon, or is that order on the 30th too?
I don't know.
I'm gonna check real quick.
If you think of what you're checking, if you think about it, like the way they do this allows them for like waves of attention. So they get it today, and then they get it again. They get like fresh attention when it's available, when it starts shipping in May. So I don't know. I think their plan of putting out the event, doing the event, getting all the press coverage then, and then like all the hype around the event, because all we can do is talk about it, and then another wave of coverage when it actually is like physically available for people.
Yeah. No, you're.
I think it's pretty cool.
It is. It's smart because even for us, it'll give us like stuff to talk about. And
yeah, rather than blowing your load all in one day.
It's the same as the iMac. It's order 430, available second half of May. So it seems like production wise, they've had some issues with.
What about the 11
Shocker,
inch?
the two M1 devices. I think it's the same time, right? I think they're just. That's what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think they're doing that staggered.
The 12.9 inch is the only one with a mini LED display, but we knew that. We've done that for a while.
Still kind of weird.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, I don't know.
Why do you think they did that?
I don't know. Supply is my only idea.
Yeah.
But
what if, then
weird.
Just get rid of the 11 inch this year and just do 12.9 inch. If that's
I feel like we're going to see a screen size increase on the iPad Pro sometime in the future, but
I hope it doesn't get ridiculous.
It's already too big. Like, I don't like the 12.9 inch, but I'm going to find myself buying it. Oh, the price hike is interesting.
Yeah.
That was rumored by Wedbush, right?
I
think, yeah. It was rumored by them a day ago.
Yesterday? Yeah.
So, dude, that report nailed it.
Except for the
only thing
regular iPad and the iPad mini.
Oh, shoot. And the AirPods. Never mind. So it was like half right.
Yeah.
But as far as
they said they were going to like tease the AirPods. What?
They were like, if we see it, that's how we would see it. I guess that makes sense, but it's like, when is that?
The good though. The good. I think it was only on Genius Bar where I said there was no AirPods in April.
Yep.
From the good. And there were no AirPods. Right.
Did he ever reply?
Today he sent me like a smirk emoji, and that was it.
Crazy.
Dude,
he knows, man. He knows.
Yeah, I replied that I hate how mysterious he is. I hate it.
They all are. I was talking to somebody yesterday where they were just like, it's going to be AI, and sure enough, it was Apple TV. We were speculating about this. I was like, what if it's Apple TV for the other day? And it was, iPad Pro, iMac,
dude,
AirTags,
and it's the same Apple TV that I leaked like over a year ago. That has just been sitting around.
Crazy. I cannot believe it took them this long. I was shocked to see that when they mentioned TV, and I was like, oh, Ted Lasso trailer. Mm-hmm. And then they were like, and we love Apple TV 4K. I was like, oh, this is turning into something, isn't it?
Yeah.
And sure enough, we get it. And I don't know, it feels a bit dated. I'll be honest.
It definitely does, but it just sits there.
It does, but like,
I think
it was an A10 before.
Yeah, a year ago when I leaked that the A12 was going to be in it, all the replies were like, "Why? That's overkill." And now it's like a year later and it's dated.
I mean, I don't know. It feels late. It feels like it should have come out in September of last year. It feels like it should have been at that September event. Because what really changed? I mean, maybe they were just working on that kind of cool color temperature feature, which I do think is cool, where they essentially
that is cool. That's
you
really
put your
cool.
iPhone here and then it color corrects. Like that's neat. I do enjoy that. But aside from that, I mean,
with the new remote.
Oh, the new remote. Okay, but
I think I think you can like just buy one for $59 and use it with your.
You can. It's backwards compatible.
So what is what?
Well, no. The point is for everybody buying a new Apple TV is you get the remote. You get the new remote. With it, and it looks good. Like the fact that they put the Siri button on the side, just like your iPhone, brilliant. By the way, I like that they did that. I really like the kind of callback nostalgia to the silver remote. I kind of wish they would have kept it all black, but I'll take it. Overall, I mean, this is the most compelling Apple TV that has happened in years. And I mean, it supports HDMI 2.1. It's got like, I think high frame rate, 120 hertz support.
And the
seems pretty great.
The remote is all aluminum now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, we go on vacations like every other month or something where there's just if things are really stressful or whatever, we'll just fucking drop all of our stuff and leave. Yeah. So and we did this really crazy lake house. So
Whoa.
Karina and I are both like just crazy introverts, and what I'll usually do is get this like big resort or getaway that is usually like booked for a lot of people, like a wedding getaway or something, and it's just the two of us. So we
Really?
we booked like this huge lake house with like, I think it had 20 different beds.
Oh
It
my
was nuts.
God.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Just like maybe 4 months ago, and then a
Oh,
couple
okay.
months ago, you and I were talking when I was
Mhm.
we went to a farmhouse. The point of all that is, all of those places have an Apple TV when we're on vacation or like at an Airbnb, and it never fails
Mhm.
that they're shattered.
Oh, I
So
didn't even think about
so
that.
I'm glad, because
That makes
dude,
sense, though.
every Apple TV remote I ever see is always shattered. So
Yeah.
I'm glad it's all aluminum this time.
I lost mine. I
What?
have been trying to sell my old Apple TV 4 that I bought in 2015. I think when I was still in high school when I bought it, and I lost remote at college at some point. I think
So
it
are
like
you
fell
just
behind
using
like
your
a dorm,
iPhone?
a bunk bed. Yeah, but I think it's to the point where I can't even really set it up because I think I need like an initial remote. So I can't sell it because to trade it in, every place is like, if you have the remote, it's worth like 50, 60 bucks. If you don't have the remote, it is worth, I think one place said $1, the other place said 0.
Well, just buy one of the new remotes, or
And
an
then I'll
old
make
one.
like $20 on it. I guess I could just buy the new remote now, that it's
Yeah.
out. I mean, I think it looks good. I like it's kind of got the like click wheel style, right?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of matches that leak that we got for it. Even though it was for the universal audio remote, that was,
Yeah, that one had a lot of different buttons.
yeah, it was weird.
Now when you mention that stuff, I think in like the way it was. Anytime a news story is mentioned, or I think about one, I think about how it was reported on Front Page Tech, and that's one of those where I think of you reporting it, because that was one of your stories on.
Whoa,
the
that's
that
weird.
Day.
That was
Yeah.
a fun little ditty we did.
A fun little ditty today.
Yeah.
For the pre-show, I drank rubbing alcohol.
Dude, that was insane.
Yeah.
How are you recovering?
Oh, it's fine. I was fine right after and watched the event. And
Champ.
Karina was like,
Absolute
she
champ.
was watching. She's like, "Did you really?" I was like, "Mm-hmm." Yeah.
It was worth it, dude. Oh,
Gotta do it for the people.
I just spilled water on
Gotta do
me.
it for the
This is
people.
something that you get to see on the video podcast.
Do you do that usually? And
Oh yeah, I got like drool everywhere. I got 8
Mhm.
waters. I'm cracking open. This is a lot, but I like the format.
I have this. I have
Oh,
this.
so dude,
I
oh
have
my
this.
god!
Yeah.
So you're going. I'm uncaffeinated right now.
No. This was just like, dude, my fucking life, dude. Karina drinks, like, she'll open an energy drink. Really, it doesn't matter what it is. She'll open a can of something like a La Croix. Is that how we learned how to say it?
I think so.
La Croix.
Liqueur.
Whatever she opens, she never drinks all of it, and just fucking half, like, full cans sitting everywhere. And so this was one of those half full cans in the fridge where I was like, I don't need all of it. I just need a little smidge.
Yeah.
And so that's what I did. Yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
So
that's good.
but this is, dude, I walk out of here after we're done. Well, I guess now we're filming the podcast, but whenever we're done recording, I walk out like a folded lawn chair because I have to pee so bad and I'm in so much pain. I like crab walk out.
We do always talk for like a long time after, just by
Yeah.
ourselves, and it's really funny.
But
'cause we
that's
both have to
after,
pee
like,
so
while
bad.
we were recording, I drank like 4 bottles of water or tea or something.
Yeah.
So I'll just take you guys with me when I go pee this time.
Oh my god! just
keep
take
it in
the
the
camera.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to make pee noises, but
So other than iMac,
yeah,
what are you buying?
everything. AirTags,
Really? Well, I guess you kind of have to
iMac,
because you have to make videos about it.
iPad Pro. And then
If
what
you
is
didn't have to make videos about it,
the-
would you buy everything?
I wanted the new iPad Pro.
Yeah.
I want the new iMac. I don't really need the Apple TV. I'd probably skip the Apple TV if I wasn't doing YouTube.
Are you
and
gonna get
then-
the 12.9
AirTags.
inch, even though it's not the one you want?
Yeah, because I want to see that screen.
Yeah.
And I've
I mean,
heard that it's
and that's the only way to do it.
beautiful. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
reviewers will have their videos out within the next 7 days. They're probably getting the devices either today or tomorrow, and they're probably NDA'd until like next Wednesday. They usually do it like 2 or 3 days before the product comes out. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be looking forward to it, but I'm going to pre-order. Well, do you have a local Apple store near you?
Local, like 45 minutes away, as local as it gets.
That's pretty far. I've got one that's like 20 now. I mean, it was always like 20.
Nice.
30. I've got two in St. Louis that actually, it's Galleria and then West County, and they're both pretty close to me. So I usually just
Are they open?
Yeah, I think they're like partially open back up. They've been doing the partial kind of reopening type of deal. Although I saw everything in Michigan closed. Poor Michigan's not having a fun time with COVID.
Michigan just can't. They can't catch a break.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think that, what was I going to say? Oh, I think that, I think the new iPad Pro is going to be great. I'm excited to get it. I'll probably just pick it up at store that day. Usually, just when it comes online, there's not
I would
too many fiends in St. Louis,
especially
but I think
the mini LED one.
Yeah. I mean, even Kang tweeted, nobody covered this, but he had posted a couple days back. He was like, the ramp is worrying for the mini LED iPad Pro. So it sounds like it's going to be it's going to be very limited. Like the production ramp. Yeah. As far as like going from 1 to 50.
Yeah. That's what I heard too. I mentioned it on FPT. Like I think it was the last episode. I was like, if you want one of those iPads, you gotta hurry, because even Apple stores. So Apple stores are getting them on the 26th, or no, the 25th is when they're actually getting the stock.
Gotcha.
And
wait, they're just gonna hold them for like a week?
Yeah. I guess so.
Can we break into an Apple store?
That's where I was told it's going to be very, very limited. So especially the 12.9 inch. So if you guys want that,
I'm sure the 11 will be pretty fine. Also, because everybody's going to be fixated on the 12. That's what the reviewers are. I mean, that's what I care about. Are you going to get a new iPad Pro?
No.
Why?
I might get to 12. Well, because if I got one, I'd get the 11 inch, but my iPad Air is already 11 inch, and I love it.
You're also a fan of the smaller size.
Yeah. Maybe I'll get the 12.9 inch to try it, I guess, but that's about it. The iMac though. So originally, because they don't talk about specs, but I saw the iMac when I looked it up on the website, and it looked at first like it didn't go up to 16 gigs of RAM.
That would have been
I was
bad.
worried.
That would have been really bad.
Yeah, but it does. If you go into like full specifications on the website, it does say up to 16 gigs of unified memory. I think I'm gonna get the blue one and see how it goes.
Okay. I'm stuck on blue or
the red.
It's pink though.
Is it?
Dude, look at the front.
Okay.
It is pink. Like this shit is red on the sides and pink on the front. I don't like the iMac colors. Why didn't they just do the same color dark? Why didn't they do the same color dark blue on all sides? Like, you notice how the back is super dark and then the front is like super pale and washed out? It's a weird design choice to me. I don't like it that much. The back, incredible, but the front just looks off. And the more I look at those bezels, dude, the white bezel.
Dude,
what?
Okay. Why did they do that? Why did they do white? Why?
I just think it's because the iMac Pro is coming with A1X later this year. Or M1X, A1X, dude. We are tired.
A1X, like it's A1. like the steak sauce. A1,
dude. Because
I mean, let's do our ad and then let's complain.
Okay,
all right. Because we've got to talk about that, because I'm very upset about that.
Yes,
but we are getting an iMac Pro, so I'll talk about that too.
We are. And this episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. That's BetterHelp. You guys heard about them before here. John and I have been pretty open with our mental health, struggles, challenges.
Very open on the show, yeah.
And how, some days are hard. Like, I'll be honest, today behind the scenes has been hard. It's been tough. It's been a hard day, but that's okay, because there's services like this that can help and match you with your own personal licensed professional therapist. And when you start matching, it's really easy. Like, I actually did it. I signed up. They give us like a free account to try it. And I literally got contacted in less than 48 hours. It was really, really cool. And it's not like a crisis line. It's not like your traditional self-help. It's professional counseling. Like, when
Right.
people are like, hey, it might be time to reach out for help. Like, this is something that I've recognized in my life. This is a service that helps you get there.
And the convenience is crazy. I mean, first of all, I don't like going outside as it is. There's a lot of people that don't. With this, you don't actually have to leave and because I feel like that's a really big roadblock for a lot of people is, they want to talk or they've built up the courage to finally speak up and talk and ask for help. But it's actually physically going somewhere. You start making all sorts of excuses for yourself to not go, or maybe you're too busy that day. But today, we were really, really busy covering this event, and you were having a tough day. And this is one of those things where you can literally just shoot a text. That's it.
Yeah.
And they'll reply to you. Of course, your own personalized therapist will reply to you with something thoughtful, but it doesn't have to be text all the time. You can schedule meetings, virtual meetings, and all that other stuff. But I think honestly, I think that text message thing, being able to text whenever, even if you're really busy, it removes a lot of those excuses that I might have internally myself. Where I'm trying to no, you don't need to say anything or speak up today. It'll be fine. We'll just maybe tomorrow, and then I'll put it off another day and then another day. Whereas, if I know I can just pick up my phone and text, it makes it a lot easier. And especially right now, you guys can get 10% off if you go to betterhelp.com/geniusbar. That's the name of the show. You don't have to remember that link. We'll have it down in the show notes, of course, on YouTube, down in the description, and in the show notes on Apple Podcasts.
Sure. Yeah. And that's betterhelp.com/geniusbar, guys. You get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/geniusbar.
And thanks to BetterHelp for supporting the show.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Great service.
So there's white bezels on the iMac, and it hurts me. First of all, okay. Let me back up, because during the pre-show, we talked about how much I hate these.
Yep.
The mouse is terrible.
The mouse is not terrible, John.
No, Sam, the mouse is so bad.
Ergonomically bad. Editing wise, okay, in Final Cut, you can I've tried different mouses, and I keep going back to the Magic Mouse for editing because of how good this thing is, man. It is so well thought out for editing. Thank you, Apple, for this. Don't listen to John when he says don't
thank Apple. The keyboard, though, I actually love this keyboard. My biggest complaint was that it wasn't backlit. And I'm like, you know what? When did this come out? 2015?
Yep.
I'm like, it came out in 2015. They want to conserve battery.
Wow.
I understand. I get it. Maybe the next one will have backlit. No. Actually, no.
Nope,
the ones that come with the iMac, no backlighting on the keyboard. It comes in colors, though. Yay, but you can't see the fucking keys.
I cannot believe that it's not backlit. I didn't there's a few things that hit me later on the iMac. Number one, there's no Apple logo on the front. What?
Oh my God, yeah, okay.
That looks weird. Why is there a bezel this big? You tweeted it.
The Magic Keyboard on this one has backlighting. Why couldn't we do it for the one that sits in front of your Mac? I don't understand.
I mean, the only thing I can think of is battery life.
Dude.
Because I bet that's the reason. Because why else wouldn't
I'll plug it in. I don't care, dude. I just want the lights.
Dude, I just bet it would shorten the battery life by 75%.
Whatever. I'll charge it every night. I don't care.
I'd rather have backlighting than colors, though. Listen, the colors on the iMac are nice. I like them. I really like the way that some of them look on the back, but on the front, it looks weird. There's no logo on the front. That looks weird. No backlighting on the keyboard looks weird.
I'm not saying that because I tweeted it, and a lot of people assumed that it was a fanboy thing. I want the Apple logo. I want to see it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you're telling me they put this big chin on the iMac and had enough self-control to not slap a logo on the front.
Yeah, what? Excuse me?
That's the iMac thing with the logo on the front. But maybe that's the way maybe it looks so similar to the last generation that's the way to differentiate that this is the new one. I don't know.
Why didn't they
white ugly ass bezels?
Yeah, that has aged the poorest for me right now. Because I'm just thinking about it, right? And I'm looking at my Mac. I'm looking at my 16-inch MacBook Pro. I haven't used this computer, but I'm going to use it for the podcast. And black bezel looks pretty good. Black bezel on the iMac, it'll stand out. If I think there is going to be one sitting there in about a month from now, and it's probably going to look weird.
I mean,
mean,
maybe
you'll
dbrand
know
will
it's
sell like
it.
a skin just for the bezels where we can make them black.
Will. They probably will. All the skin companies are going to be all over it. But man, it's not great. It's not great.
I mean, okay,
I
we have
thought
to
one of
consider
them
what
had
it is,
black,
I
but
guess.
it doesn't. But yeah,
I guess
for
we can.
the
If you consider what it is, it's like, especially the way they promote it was like, just like in a girl's living room or in like this dude's. I can't
one
even
was in
remember
his kitchen,
what the
dude.
locations was.
One was in his
Yeah,
kitchen. I was
okay,
like, that was
exactly.
weird. I was
So
like,
just like in the kitchen. It's
who's
supposed to be
got
like
the
this,
iMac in their kitchen? Like,
this fun, like weird, not like a kid device, but like if I had a teenage daughter, that's your computer. You're welcome.
the
It's
marketing
perfect for that,
seemed
but I don't want it. I don't
from
know.
my analyses, the marketing seemed pretty female slanted at the event.
Mm-hmm.
Just from what I noticed with like, I don't know. I feel like they were showing the pink a lot. Maybe I was just noticing it. Maybe I'm being overly analytical, but like I'm just looking at it now. Like I'm looking at the blue one, and it looks wrong that it looks wrong that the bezel is the same size. You pointed this out. You've ruined it for me. You tweeted it out, and then I was like, we don't complain about the iMac because we don't.
Yeah, but now here you are.
Now I
I should
am.
reply with.
Gosh,
a clip
I
from the
hate,
show.
dude. The Apple engineers are like, these motherfuckers complained that we didn't bring this out for 2 years, and we bring it out, and they're still not happy. What? Then
I wonder if like all the engineers were seeing the leaks of like the iPad-esque design with no bezels and all that stuff, and they were just like, "Oh, that's not what they're getting."
Sonny Dixon was pretty right about his leak from a while ago.
What did he say?
I'll look it up real quick. /Sonny Dixon, going to appletrack.com, of course, the best site. He said
you can
this.
pull it up, I think. You can pull it up and you can show your screen.
Oh, let me just go ahead and demo this feature real quick.
Since we have a video podcast now.
Yeah. Well, let me just go ahead and show you. So I went to appletrack.com, of course, scrolled down on Sonny's page. He's about 57% accurate. It is going to go up because he got all of this right, and I'm going to count these. Thin bezels, correct. Oh, he didn't get much else right, but he did get the iPad Pro design language right. I mean, that I agree with. I really like the initial tweet. It doesn't let me go into this other tweet, but yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty spot on. I really do think that he was right. He's just about a year late, and it makes me wonder if Apple was planning Intel for it at one point, because it kind of seems like they were.
Yeah, I mean. Yeah, it would make sense. I feel like this redesign has been in the works for a while. I have really high hopes for an iMac Pro. I mean, so we all assumed that the iMac Pro that we got a few years ago was just to hold us over for the Mac Pro that was coming. Yeah. And then it's discontinued and that's it. But I genuinely believe that later in the year we're going to get another iMac Pro that will look better than this. And do we wait? Like, I feel like this iMac just is not for us. Like, we can complain or whatever, but it's not for us. It was never for us.
It's the same thing that happened with the M1 computers last year. I'm a YouTuber and I'm switching to M1. Oh, but it's not actually fast enough for what I need. I mean, now you are, and I feel like it is. But
it's great, yeah.
I mean, I'm going to switch to this. I'm going to give it a go.
You are.
Yes, just because I want it so bad. I'm going to try it. I am going to miss the 4 inches that I have, or no, it's a 24 inch. I keep forgetting. So 3 inches I'm going to be losing, which is not an insane amount, but I'm going to give it a go. If nothing else, it will be sitting right here, and it will become the podcast computer, or it will be the background computer. Well, the background, like iMac, that's in my videos.
It won't even look good as a background computer.
No, it'll be like, that's the new iMac. I mean, here's what I think. I think Apple said, we want a new iMac, and we want our unsilicon in it. And what design is the most iconic, and what can we most closely recreate? And it was the colors. I mean, that was like, I said this in my video late last night, but I was like, that is what got me into the iMac. Or I said in my video today, that was why I got the iMac. Like, that's why I'm an Apple YouTuber, is because my teacher, Mrs. Hawk, in grade school.
Shout out to Mrs. Hawk.
Shout out to Mrs. Hawk again. Dude, she had all Macs. And I remember we were on those, the what were they called? They were the round, the ones like this that are like concave. They have the handle.
Yeah. iMac.
I don't know. They weren't G3? No.
I think it was the G3.
Or was that the one with the robotic arm?
It was 1998?
Yeah.
But I don't remember the year, but it was the iMac G3. That's what it was.
Okay. Yeah. And that was like my introduction to Apple. And that is something I fell in love with, the simplicity, the user interface, the design. I mean, it's kind of funny to think that back in 1998, they designed stuff with a handle because they didn't really have MacBooks yet.
Yeah.
But I mean, then we look at this and it's just so thin. And I mean, what do you think of the thinness? I'm pretty impressed.
It's pretty wild.
Like, I don't think people realize it's like this thin. It's not like
Marquez tweeted an interesting thing. Like, it is literally too thin for a headphone jack.
Thank God they kept it. Thank God they kept the headphone jack because
but where is it now?
I assume it's on the right side because I think most of the renders
so it's on the side because the depth would be
yes
too much for the thinness of the iMac.
I mean, dude, if they would have gotten rid of that, that would have actually been a deal breaker if I didn't have a dongle because we do the show and I do
right. Yeah,
I mean, you gotta have headphones. It's interesting how in 2016, I mean, this is something we haven't really revisited, but the headphone jack and dongles, right? How can Apple now completely get away with no headphone jack on the iPhone, yet we would be completely broken and messed up and angry if they took it off the iMac? Like, how were they able to so easily justify it on the iPhone and not on the iMac? Like, I think I have my answer, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Because I think, especially with portability, like your iPhone is already wireless for the most part, and the convenience. I mean, AirPods, just the convenience factor with AirPods is like, I feel like that's how it's meant to be used. Like, it's not it. You wouldn't walk around with your phone on a charger, so why would you walk around with a cord sticking out of your phone? But in this case, like, you're meant to be stationary. The iMac sits, and like, you want more. I actually think that like not having a headphone jack and stuff on your mobile device is more justified because your stationary device will have it, and will just have more choices overall.
I agree.
I mean, you don't have 4 lightning ports on the back of your iPhone to plug in accessories, so
no.
But yeah, it would be a bummer if they didn't put it in. I honestly I want it, but if I was convinced that this was the only iMac this year, it'd be a much easier decision. But I feel like we're gonna get an iMac that we would actually want later on.
Yeah. How do you think? Just to jump back to this, but like thinking about the headphone jack in general, were you outraged when it happened on the iPhone 7?
No.
I was not either, but I remember there were a few times, like I have this vivid memory of being at college and we went to play volleyball. It was my freshman year. And we went to go plug in an aux and I was like, oh, sweet, I'll do the music. And without even thinking, I was like, I don't have my,
actually, no, I won't.
I don't have my dongle. And I remember everybody was like, whoa. And I was like, oh, it hit me. Like, this is the first, like, this is what people were saying. But I feel that now it's unnecessary. Like, I feel like if people brought it back, if Apple brought it back to the phone, it'd be a bit weird. Cause like, I genuinely don't need to plug into my phone. I think that like point about it being stationary versus Bluetooth centric, like it makes a lot of sense. Also, cause it's like, you can put up with a little bit of input delay on your iPhone, but like for your iMac, you're sitting there, even though it is like very light now and like super portable with the new design. Mm-hmm. I'm happy that the headphone jack. They should
have put a handle on this one.
Oh my God. I mean, that just flip the stand upside down and carry that around, you know,
dude. So we just ordered a bunch of HomePods because, this is random. I know.
Why would you do that?
We just ordered a bunch of HomePods.
Why would you order a bunch of HomePods?
A HomePod, not regular HomePod, sorry. HomePod Mini. Because all the rooms have Philips Hue lights in them, and the coolest thing is like the HomePod will know what room it's in. So instead of having to say, "Hey, turn on the bedroom lights," you just say, "Hey, turn on the lights." And if it's in the bedroom, it'll turn the bedroom lights on. But we took the HomePod Mini out of the box, and so Karina uses the app Carrot, the weather app Carrot, and it's turned up to explicit, so it will like swear and say ridiculous things when it's telling you the weather.
Yep.
So we connected the HomePod Mini and we were testing like things that we could say. So as soon as we got out of the box, she asks, "Hey Siri, what's the weather?" Oh, sorry, I don't know if that's going to trigger people's whatever. Hey, how's
your weather today?
What's the weather?
Let us know in the comments.
Siri starts with "Oh fuck," and I was like, "Did we get a Rogue HomePod? What is this?" And then we realized that it's like reading the carrot stuff. But at first I was like, was Siri saying "oh fuck" right out of the box? Like, is this it? Is AI taking over in this moment in my house?
John,
is this where it's going to happen?
I don't like the HomePod Mini. It's grown on me a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it yet. I haven't had a lot of time with it, but it's just like,
I got one in my bathroom. I listen to it when I'm showering. And
that's it?
It's okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the most okay device.
I shouldn't be blown away because it's only $100 and like they're competing with like the Google Home, which is like the Google, what's the cheap one? The $50 one? Just the like little Google smart speaker.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it is.
The HomePod Mini sounds more than twice as good as a cheap little Google like Nest or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what this thing's called. That's not a Nest. But I will say it's grown on me, yet I'm still not very impressed by the audio quality. And like I think the audio quality on the standard HomePod is really good compared to the standard HomePod. The HomePod Mini is just very compressed. It's very compressed. There's like very little highs. Some bass.
I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say the treble for me is like
really
too much. Yeah,
maybe it's just like because when I'm showering,
mids and the bass are not that like I need anything crazy in terms of bass, but it just doesn't sound balanced, and that's the issue for me.
Yeah, I mean, I really
what can you do?
Yeah, I like the idea of the HomePod, but I'm still not blown away. But I hope that they're great for your, John. I don't know if John has revealed it, but John has Philips Hued his entire home.
Oh my God, I don't want to talk about
is
insane.
Yes,
the entire house. It's like 40 bulbs, and it's all Philips Hue, and my life is a disaster.
Somebody's doing the math right now. They're like, a bulb costs this much money, and there are 40 bulbs.
Yeah, I think they're $50 a bulb.
Wow.
You would think that I would know that off the top of my head. I think that's what they are. So you mentioned your bathroom, and it like I'm jumping all over the place. Our brains are just like mashed potatoes right now. You mentioned your bathroom, and it reminded me of something. I've been getting tweets and DMs all day that for some reason, on Twitter where it's like they recommend celebrities or influencers.
Mm-hmm.
It's like follow these accounts or follow this topic.
Yeah,
I'm being recommended for beauty and fashion right now, and I think it's because of the eyebrow thing. Yeah, I think it categorized me incorrectly because of the eyebrow thing. Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
What a way to like live your Apple event day,
dude! It was a great event for me.
You did it, man.
I had to go back and rewatch it. Like, I was really interested in the iMac, but like when the promo started and the first thing they showed was a blue iMac, I lost my goddamn mind because
that's your fave.
That whole color leak thing was like that was my thing, and so I wasn't really paying attention. I was like trying to live tweet and I was freaking out, and so I went back to watch it, and that's where I had the moment where you did, where at first.
Yeah.
The first time watching the promo, I was like, "Oh my God, this is amazing! The best thing ever! I need this." And then when I watched it back, I was like, "Do I actually need it though?"
Yeah. Just to give the audience some perspective of what it was like behind the scenes for us, I want to play a couple voice memos.
Okay.
Because I think they'll be really entertaining. So this is right after you tweeted, "Please AirTags," and this is what you said.
Stop doing this!
And then this is what I said back.
Dude, we were so hyped.
And then, another like 7 to 10 minutes go by, and you go, iMac, and this was my response to this.
Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! Holy fuck!
Dude, I wish we could cut from that to the way we opened the show. We're like, hey,
dude,
guys.
For real. But no, those were our actual reactions. I feel like a lot of people are always curious. Like, what are we doing during that point? Yeah, like you're texting me. I have my personal friends texting me that are watching the event. I've got tweets to put out. I've got articles. Like, it was a lot.
Your day had to be a mess.
It was.
Apple Track stuff.
It's caught up to me. Rough. I just feel like I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die.
No sleep until you update my page.
Oh my God.
I paid for that. I pay you monthly for this.
Oh my God, dude.
What's the thing? Do I pay you like every month or just every time you update my page for my better track record percentage?
Just like, on every update, I think is our payment plan.
I changed my light color. Whoops.
Oh,
that was an accident.
Big flex.
I don't know what color it was.
This is what we do during the event as well, as we change our lights and.
Yeah.
Ooh, you got the Genius Bar blue going. Oh, no, it's
Yeah.
green. I got
You have blue right there.
Yeah, I got
We're matched. Our blue's literally.
I was
matched
gonna say that
perfectly.
that has to be very satisfying for the audience to see, and like also our mics.
Yeah.
I like our setup is like this for. See, these are all the things we us video people think about. That
I wish we could say we thought about it. Like we thought this through.
I mean,
It
I
wasn't
definitely
total
did
accident.
not flip my mic purposefully because I think it looks better that we're kind of looking at each other.
Well, there's okay.
It's a
So
video tip.
I ordered a bunch of stuff for in here. This is we actually like decided and solidified a video version of this podcast. What, like days ago?
Mm-hmm.
So here you go. You're welcome for the video podcast.
Dude, let me tell the story of how I got these lights behind me.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that was your rough day. It was just yesterday.
It was
2
yesterday,
rough days in a
dude.
row.
I had a couple good days in a row, and then it was just like, and I
Real
wanted
quick,
these
can you do that
lights.
sound effect for us again? Okay, thank you.
Put that on your like little stream deck.
Yeah.
So I was like, obviously, we want to work on the video podcast. We want it to look good because just to give you guys, you're probably like, oh, the lights. Like, did you really need them? Like, they don't even do that much. Let me just show you guys. Turn the lights off.
You whispered it.
What, like, this is my setup without the lights.
Uh-huh.
Does anyone want to watch this? No, we need way more endorphins. Turn the lights on.
Endorphins.
So,
I need more endorphins.
so
Hey, dude, I kind of look like I have an eyebrow right here.
you do know it's coming back. It looks good. I kind of was. I'm getting used to it again. So I want these lights right, and I am going to BestBuy.com. I was like, oh, they have it in stock. There's like one pretty close, not at my closest one, but one that's like 25 minutes away. So I order it. You know, I'm gonna like pick it up. It was really easy. Pay for it with Apple Pay online or PayPal. And you know, then it's all of a sudden I get the email confirmation at like 6:20. I'm like, great. You know, I'm gonna go to my parents' house for dinner tonight, so I'm gonna leave here at like 6:45, 6:50. You know, go there. And then I
You're
look
not
at
in a hurry.
the
It's fine.
hours, and it says Best Buy closes at 7 p.m. And this is yesterday. And at this time when I check,
Oh,
it's 6:41. And I just sit back in my
Christ,
chair
dude.
and I go, and then I just book it. I book
For the
it.
people not watching the video version, he
Yeah.
paused and then decided
sprinted.
he was thinking about it. Did
So
you really like?
I
You just
ran and
did
put
you-
shoes
okay.
on.
when you left,
Yep.
were you convinced that you were going to make it, or was it a total gamble?
Total gamble. But I was like, I'm getting these lights. I'm getting these lights.
Yeah.
So I get in my car, and for the legal reasons, I did the speed limit. But for
Yes.
imaginary dream reasons, I was going double the speed limit on the highway. And
Yeah.
I am zooming, dude. Like I'm being safe. I'm not endangering anyone. I'm using my blinker every time, you know. But
Oh
I
yeah,
am,
you're being safe, just going double the speed limit. It's fine.
I am like I'm zooming, and it just gets closer and closer, and then finally it hits 7:01, and I'm still a minute away, and I'm like, oh no. Because keep in mind, it's 25 minutes away, and I left with about 16 minutes to go. So I'm like, I get there, and I get out of my car, and I'm like, and then I see they have the metal sheet down for the entrance, and I just go,
Which is not a good sign.
and I turn around, I go to get back in my car, and then I go, and I see that the exit is still open, and there's people walking out.
there's
And I was
there's
like-
people coming out.
Shut the corridor, walk my way up to the door, and like this lady sees it from a mile away. She was like a younger woman. She's really shout out. I should have gotten her name. She was amazing. It was the St. Charles Best Buy in Missouri. Oh my God, in St. Louis. They were the best. I walk in and she's like, hey man, we're closed. You can't come in. And I go, please, like I reserved it
You should be
online.
like, do you know who the fuck I am?
I'm Sam Cole, damn it. And I'm like, please, like, I just need this. And I was just like, I know I'm not going to have time tomorrow. I know I'm going to be up late. I know I'm not going to get these lights for this. And she's just like, oh, I guess, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. And then she's like, what's the last name? I told her and grabbed it. And then, man, she handed it to me and I was like, thank you so much. Can I tip you? And she goes, no, we don't do that. And I said, oh, okay, bye. So I walk out of the car and I'm like, I did it. I got my Philips Hue lights. Let's go. I get in the car and I'm like, oh, something feels off about this. I don't know why. Maybe it's the part for my camera that I ordered. Only half of it came in, but something feels weird. And I flip it around. And it goes, Philips Hue bridge required.
Yep.
And I just
that's
look
where they
back at
get
the
ya.
store. And I typed in Home Depot and then went to a Home Depot and bought the bridge.
And they had it.
Thank
Dude,
God.
It's such a mess. And like
Terrifying.
Like when you're doing just one light bulb, or when you're doing light bulbs like in the ceiling or whatever, you can't just do one.
No.
And that's where they get you, like, because they're never in stock. And like we had this instance where we ordered one from a Target and like one from a Best Buy over here, and then another Best Buy over there, and then a Home Depot. Home Depot always comes through. Home Depot and Targets are always
Shout
like
out.
when you think you have no other options, they'll save you.
Also, Philips Hue, just the best. Like, we were talking about this pre-show. I had used like LifeX or other brands before, and LifeX had actually sent me lights for free in the past, like disclosure. And they were old ones, so I don't want to disparage them now. But like, if I
also,
had to,
LifeX is more expensive than Hue nowadays.
I think that's because
Did you
the
know
bridge
that?
isn't required. Yeah. But here's because Philips gets you with the upfront cost of the bridge, but then the lights, the bulbs are cheaper. Where LifeX is like, we don't have a bridge, so we'll charge you a little bit more. But like,
We're
my
saying
experience,
the bulbs are cheaper, like it's a good thing, but they're still $50 a bulb.
experience, LifeX here, from top to bottom of the screen, Hue has been right about here. It's
So
literally
very
been
high.
polar opposites.
Are you gonna
I
get
think
more?
Hue has been not right now. I mean, I think it'd be cool to get like another one for like down there. I might get more of these. I think I'm going to get another pack of like these. You can kind of see it. It's like an LED light bar in the corner of the video. But I think they're incredible. They get pretty bright. I mean, they look good.
My favorite Hue light is something called the Iris. It's like a little orb that sits on the floor, and it's the front of it is diffused. So it's so cool.
I got to get one of those because I could use that in the background too, right?
Yeah, I think Brian Tong uses the Iris in the back of the videos.
They look
It's
beautiful.
what
Yeah,
lights
his
the wall.
background is very,
Yeah.
very nice with the colors.
Yeah, the Iris is a really
Dang.
cool light. It's like $100 for the light, though.
They get you, but it's good. Like I'm willing to pay for quality. That's obviously why I buy Apple products.
Dude,
it sucks, but it's worth it.
When we were like getting the Hue bulbs for every room of the house, part of the reason I justified it internally was like, oh, they'll last like 25 years. That is not true. They're an LED bulb, and the actual physical light will last a long time.
Yeah.
But then, like a couple days ago, I read an article about how Philips Hue no longer supports like the first gen. So they just stop supporting the bulbs, and then you're fucked.
You just got to buy a bunch more. Dude, they're kind of evil.
Yeah, then you have to buy all the new ones.
But they're good. And I know you said you and Karina have been on the buying spree, and I can't blame you. Like, they're cool. I definitely don't have the desire to do it for every light in my home. I don't need colored lighting. I'm very specific. I like warmer.
Well, it doesn't have to be colored.
Yeah, you just like the smart home functionality. No, I get that. That makes sense. I just
like we have a lot of most of them are
simple.
colored, but we also have like for like our closets or something, we'll have
like a
just the
magenta.
regular white ones. Yeah, no, just the regular
a
white
deep
ones
dark
that
red.
don't do color.
Oh my god. Yeah,
dude, we did put a color one, and we call it the poop closet because we had the master bathroom, and then there's like a separate room where you poop, and we put a colored bulb in there so we can turn it red and poop.
I hate
in the
separate
redness.
rooms and bathrooms with just the toilet.
What?
It's my peeve.
I love pooping in a tiny little.
Oh, I hate
Tiny
it.
little
I like
room.
the open
Dude, it's
air,
so
the
good.
vibe, everything.
You gotta like stretch your legs out.
Yeah, I mean, you saw my legs on that live stream earlier. They're not playing.
I did. Oh my god, what'd you call that? The hot run or the
A hot
what-
lap, and you still didn't take one.
hot lap? No, I didn't.
Come on, John. Can you
Dude, you
give
did a
us
hot
a hot
lap. You
lap?
did the cold lap.
I saw somebody. They were like, "That's cringe." Thanks.
Fuck them. What do they know? I don't
Thanks.
see them up here
I'll
doing a
take-
hot lap.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to talk about in today's episode of the Genius Bar?
I hope you get a good night of rest tonight.
Dude,
Wait, was there anything we didn't talk about? Oh,
I feel like we covered everything.
the
from
Apple
event.
Card. That was so random.
Oh,
You're like,
yeah,
Apple Card
you're
for
right.
families.
All right, let's
and then
hang around
the
for a few more
podcast
minutes.
service.
Oh, it's not Apple Podcast Plus. What is it? Just
Podcast subscription is what it sounds like.
why? I feel like they do that stuff just to say fuck you because everyone was like, it's gonna be Podcast Plus, and like, actually no. So it's just, and they redesigned the app, didn't they?
Yes, but it's been like gradual. I mean, it looks nice. Like our show looks good in it. I'm looking at it now. But
We'll figure that.
Oh, that's my voice.
That's you. But yeah, I
that was
mean,
my voice.
It's okay. I was listening to a Twitter space about it, and a lot of people had different perspectives on the podcast thing. And
Wait, you actually use Twitter Spaces?
It's interesting. I pop in from time to time just to listen. We should do one sometime. No, you're not into it. Not into the social audio trend.
No, I'm not into social.
Did you ever get on Clubhouse?
No. So I got an invite and stuff, but I never. It just sounds terrible.
I mean,
I get the appeal. I understand it. I'm not saying that. I'm not being like a boomer. Where I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't understand it, so it's bad.
Yeah. I really like the aspect of being able to hop on and just talk to anybody whenever. But at the same time, like, it is weird in some regards, because it's just like you get into rooms and people are just like really confident and comfortable. But like not that I want people to be confident and comfortable and happy, but I want everyone to be miserable. But like, it's just very douchebaggish. Like there's just so many douchebags. And like, dude, I got into like, there was this period on Clubhouse where like people would want to be a moderator. So they would go up on stage and ask to be a moderator. And
What?
once they got to be a moderator, they would then be like talking about how cool it is that they're a moderator. And then the room that was about like Bitcoin was just like 3 people arguing over who gets to be the moderator and why this person was chosen and why other people weren't. And what I like about Twitter Spaces is it's built into Twitter. So it's super convenient. And I just feel like the people are more real. Like I was in one tonight where there's like, there's a little, some hot
question.
takes, but
When you like go into the Twitter Space to listen, do people know that you're there?
yeah, they can see.
That's my issue. That's why I don't do it.
You like to creep on people. Why?
I
You just don't want to
like
be called
interrupt.
upon. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be called upon, and I don't want to
You don't
interrupt.
want to interrupt the flow.
Like if I'm watching, it's weird because when I was starting YouTube, when we were like smaller YouTubers,
Mhm.
and no one cared, I always was like, it would be so cool if I could just walk into any live stream and they'll know who I am. I was like, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's not cool. Like when I'm watching a live stream or anything, I like to just creep and not let people know that I'm there, because I feel like it disrupts like the actual conversation that's happening.
I mean, this is fair.
And if I were to just pop into like a tech Twitter space, it would be a disaster.
Yeah.
And so I wish, oh wait, I do have shadow accounts, so I guess I could just listen from those and people wouldn't know.
Dude, I go in all the time and like nobody ever calls on me.
What?
Sometimes I'm like, I would like to be called on to add to this, and they
Uh-huh.
just don't. But also, I'm not verified. Like when you have the check mark, they shoot you to the top right away. Like they expose your
Do they?
ass so fast. But
Yeah, I'll just go from a shadow account, from one of my fake Apple leak accounts.
I mean, I like the social audio trend. I think it's cool. I like the idea of just being able to host a space and talk about whatever. But a lot of it is just like, I mean, I think the biggest draw side is that it's just a downside. It's just, it's an echo chamber a lot of the time.
Mhm.
Like, especially when
Yeah.
you get into a niche community, it's like, oh, is tech cool? Yeah. Okay. Well, we love tech, but honestly, that I think it's pretty good about allowing people to feel like they can say, how they feel and disagree, and not just be like a,
Mhm.
you're feeding yourself your own medicine kind of deal. So it's cool. I mean, you
Yeah.
should try. You should get on a Clubhouse is a little bit more casual than Twitter Spaces.
You
Twitter
should do
Spaces.
one with me. That's how we'll do it.
Let's do a Twitter Space right now.
Oh God, no.
No, I don't have
We
the
should-
energy.
Could
I'm
we
just-
do a podcast on it? Is that how that works? Could we do a live
We
podcast?
could just both open our mics and just have you and me as a speaker.
Okay, that's cool.
We should do it sometime.
That's a good idea. Live Genius Bar, everybody.
Yeah, just on Twitter.
All right. So that's it for this week's episode. Hopefully, hopefully we're back next week. Just period. Hopefully we come back.
Hopefully we make it till then. It's been a long week. Lots happening. We love you guys though. Thank you for watching on YouTube. Hopefully you enjoyed the podcast. You had fun with the video kind of deal. It was cool.
Yeah.
Thanks to
Thanks for all the people
BetterHelp.
watching on YouTube and all the listeners, and BetterHelp for supporting the show.
BetterHelp.com/geniusbar.
Time to go to sleep. All right.
Bye guys. We'll see you later. The Apple event, first one 2021. Let's go.
We did it. Okay. Yeah, you're really convincing me. You're so excited. Okay. See you guys next week.
Bye.